Do you want to know how to smell good all day long? When I go out, I get tons of compliments on my fragrance. So I want to give you my tips on how to smell good all day long with your fragrance. And you're going to be surprised at my technique and even how I go about shopping for fragrance. So let's dive into it right now. I don't wear a super expensive perfume, but I do something that's called fragrance layering. And I've been doing this for a very long time and it works because unlike a lot of fragrance that will fade, this stays on all day long because it's in everything. So let's talk about it. When I buy a fragrance, I like to see if they have other products besides just the perfume. So for example, the fragrance I wear right now is from Philosophy. It's called Amazing Grace Magnolia. Not overly floral, but it's a really light, clean smell with a hint of floral. What I do is I look to see what else do they have. So they have body wash, they have a lotion, and then they also have eau de toilette and they have perfume. So I always choose the perfume because the perfume will last longer. It's almost like I bathe myself in my fragrance. So I start with the body wash. Just grab this right out of the shower. It's the same fragrance, Amazing Grace Magnolia. And then when I'm out of the shower, I slather myself with the moisturizer. And then after I'm dressed, right before I leave the house, I put on 4 squirts, 1 on each wrist and 2 on my body, on my stomach area. I don't spray my chest anymore because it makes me break out. So I just spray my stomach. Any fragrance I wear, I just have very sensitive skin and I don't want to have an outbreak on my chest. So I just spray my stomach and it kind of permeates my whole body. And like I said, I get compliments all the time and it's from this technique of fragrance layering. And I also stick with a fragrance. I'm not changing it up every day because your fragrance tends to permeate your clothes. So if you wear a lot of clothes that don't need to be dry cleaned right away, you might wear it for a couple hours after dinner and you're like, well, I'm going to hang it up in the closet again. And it still has that fragrance on it. And then you're putting another fragrance on it. It can be very confusing and not really give the scent that you want if you're changing your fragrance all the time. So when I choose a fragrance, that is my fragrance for like the next year or two until all of a sudden, if I'm sick of it, boom, we're going to go with a whole nother change. In fact, I've been wearing this for, I don't know, maybe the past year, year and a half. And before that, I was wearing this from Clarins and I did the same thing. They have this awesome shower mousse. Then they have a body wash, a body lotion, a moisturizing body lotion. They actually have a deodorant and then they have like a perfume spray. There it is. I'm layered up and I get compliments all the time on this. And that's how I build up my scent for the day. And when I'm buying fragrance, I don't just go in and try a fragrance and then buy the bottle and that's it. Usually when I'm buying a new fragrance, it's kind of a process. So I'll start by going and looking and trying different scents using those little spray sticks in the store. And if I like it, I'll narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3. And then I'll put them on. Let's say I narrow it down to 3 different fragrances. And if I am going shopping for fragrance, I don't wear any of my fragrance when I go out. I don't put that perfume on because I don't want it mixing in with what I'm going to try. So then I go and I actually put it on my skin because it always smells a little different on your skin. It could actually smell a lot different on your skin. So then I come home and I just kind of live with it for a while. I'll smell my arm, smell this one, smell that one. And even after a couple hours, the scent will change. And I get the opinion of my family because sometimes they're like, that is the worst scent in the world. Do not wear that around me. So I won't. But I find one that we all like and live with. And because I do want my family to like how I smell, put that in the comments below if that's something that comes up in your family, whether they like or don't like your fragrance. And what kind of fragrance do you like? Do you like strong? Do you like floral? Do you like earthy? I'd love to know. So that is a big part of my process. I will narrow it down from there. And if I don't like those 3, I'll just scrap it and start again another day. But that's what I'll do. And when I chose this Amazing Grace, Philosophy actually has, I don't know, it might be like 8 or 10 different fragrances in their Amazing Grace line. And I went and I narrowed it down to just like 2 or 3 that I liked from that collection. And then I go and once I make a decision, then I go buy in on all of the pieces that they have so that I have that full on in everything. I've even done that with Bath and Body Works. They had a eucalyptus and mint line that I absolutely loved. It's just light and clean. I'm sure it's still around. They even make candles in it, but they have like body lotion and fragrance spray. And like I said, I just kind of bathe myself in the fragrance. And because it's layered, you would think all of these products that I'm wearing at once would be really overwhelming, but they're kind of not. Like you get a hint of it and you're just layering on a little bit at a time. It's not like putting 30 squirts of your fragrance all over your body and walking out the door. I'm just getting light bits of it on everything that I do that will layer it up and just I have a very nice waft, hopefully, as I walk through the room, or from what I'm told. I can only tell you from what I hear from others. So that's how I go about my fragrance. I'd love to know what you do, and let me know your favorite fragrances. So put those in the comments below. I'll put links to everything I mentioned in the video in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.